In the last 7 days, my team and I have driven nearly $400,000 in implant cases to dental practices across the US. In this video, I'm going to reveal every step of our groundbreaking system. Plus, we've got some exclusive resources that you can download for free to implement this system into your own practice. Now, there's a lot to show you, so let's get right into the video.
So the best way to explain this strategy and this system is through a funnel. So imagine at the top of the funnel, we're going to get the most amount of implant leads coming through. And then it's going to go through all the stages and finally end up at stage 4, where it's going to trickle down, and these are going to be the patients going through to full treatment. So let's start off with stage 1, which is attracting all the implant leads in and around your area. Imagine in your area, wherever your dental practice is, imagine all the people that need implants. Imagine reaching out to them and them coming into or inquiring about getting implants to your practice. Just imagine that for a second. The things we're going to need to get this is we're going to need an irresistible offer. We're going to need dental financing options. You're going to need a business Facebook account, and you also need to create a Facebook ad, because that's the system that we're going to be running it on. We're going to be running it on Facebook. So first of all, the irresistible offer. This is what gets all of these, this is what basically attracts all of these implant leads. So you need an offer that solves their pain with very little barrier to entry. What do I mean by that? What we did is we offered dental implants from $95 per month with a free consultation if they qualify. So solving their pain, we're solving their pain of getting dental implants for an affordable price. Now, obviously, they won't be able to get all on 4 dental implants for $95 per month, but that's what it starts from. And then reducing the barrier to entry is the free consultation if they qualify. So once we have that, then you're going to want to offer some kind of dental financing options. And this essentially just simply allows you to offer treatments at a much more affordable rate, because most people can't really afford to pay for implants upfront in cash. So what they're going to need is some sort of dental financing options. And the best thing to do is to sort of be as upfront as possible so they can see what amounts they're going to be paying monthly. And that's going to allow them to understand if they're going to be able to afford it or not. And then this in turn increases your conversion rate. Now, most of our clients use Lending Club, and the reason why they use Lending Club is just because we found that it's got the lowest APR in the market, and it's also got some of the longest financing terms in the market as well. So this is Lending Club's webpage, where they'll be able to calculate their payments. So from here, they want to click on Calculate Payments. Now, we don't actually have any affiliation with Lending Club. We just find that it's really easy for most of our clients to use. So as you see over here on the left-hand side, it says dental. And then we're going to type in, let's choose a single implant price. I'm just going to go with $4,000. Let's click Calculate. If they didn't want to pay any interest on the loan, what they would be able to do is they'd be able to borrow for 24 months, and they could do these payments of $167 over 24 months at 0 APR. But then if they wanted a more affordable option, you can see all these different more affordable options down here. Now, obviously, it's got some APR, some interest that goes along with it. But all of this is calculated on Lending Club side, and it's all to do with the amount they're financed and their credit history. So it's all down to the patient. But just having this sort of payment calculator on their website is super handy. And if you can get this on your own website, it'll be extremely handy as well, just for the patient to have just that extra bit of clarity. Because what we find is that this tends to keep a lot of patients from pursuing dental implants. And now moving on to the next thing you're going to need a business Facebook account. Now, a business Facebook account allows you to reach so many more people. The amount of people that use Facebook around the world is about 2.9 billion. And that's active users every month. So that's around about a third of people around the world. So a third of people in your city or in your town or in your state are using Facebook right now every month. And you're able to build trust on Facebook by posting different posts or images or videos about the last implant cases you've done, or about your team, or about your practice. Just building that little bit of trust reduces the friction between the patient coming in or not. It also allows you to communicate a lot easier. So imagine, for example, if your practice wasn't going to be open on a Wednesday, for example, And then what you would be able to do is post a Facebook image saying that, your practice isn't going to be open on that day. And then a lot of people will be able to see it. And then feedback and reviews, pretty much just like Google, Facebook, you can have feedback and reviews, but it's a little bit more nuanced because more people is going to see these reviews, and it's going to allow you to get a lot more referrals just through these reviews and feedback. But the real reason why you're going to want a business Facebook account is to advertise. Now, I know AI gets thrown around a lot these days, but Facebook was one of the original platforms of using AI, and that was mainly to target with their algorithm, pinpoint target to specific people. So that's how we're going to target all of the implant or the people that are going to need implants in and around your area. And then lastly, what we're going to need to do is create a Facebook ad. Now, if you don't know how to create a Facebook ad, it's quite simple. Or we can do it for you guys. We can do this whole process for you guys. Just click on the link down below to schedule a call with me or one of my team to figure out how we can get this done for you guys. But if you want to do it yourselves, you guys can use Canva. Canva is essentially like a Photoshop for beginners. So you can create an image creative. You can also use ChatGPT to create the ad copywriting. And then you can also use, like I said before, Facebook, which targets all the necessary people you want to target. And it also creates a form that you can submit for the leads to submit the information in. This brings us on to stage 2, which is qualifying the implant leads. Now, to qualify these leads, you're going to want to have a CRM system. You're going to want to be able to call these leads quickly. And then you're also going to want to ask the right questions. But first of all, the CRM system. Now, I know a lot of you guys have a PMS system, which is good, but you're also going to want a CRM system if you are doing any sort of online ads. It will be able to link with your Facebook account, and it will be able to show you all of the leads that come through, and then it'll be able to do all these other good things as well. So we use Go High Level, and it allows you to have a clear view of your funnel. It allows you to get notified when a lead comes through. It allows you to send automated SMSs to these implant leads. For example, on a Saturday or a Sunday when you're not open, what's going to happen is if they come through, say for example, they see your ad, they really like your offer, like we said, the irresistible offer. They submit their information on a Saturday or a Sunday when you're not open, and then they're just waiting, twiddling their thumbs, and they're like, well, when am I going to get a call? Because you've not given them any information. So what we want to be doing on these days, and even during a weekday, for example, we want to be sending automated SMSs, just to give them some information of when we're going to be calling them or when they can expect to receive a call from yourselves. And that just eases their mind and let them know that, you are going to call them and contact them at some point. But we're going to speak about that a little bit later on. You can also easily create landing pages, and it has a mobile app so that if you've got an office mobile phone or a smartphone, what you're going to be able to do is, let's say, for example, the office manager will be able to keep a hold of that phone and keep track of all of the leads that are coming through. And it does many more things. If you want me to create a video on what Go High Level actually does for you, I can do that. Just leave me a message in the comments down below. Well, these are the main 3 things, the reasons why you need a CRM system. This leads us on to the next thing, which is being able to call these implant leads as quickly as possible. Now, we at Exceed Dental have a rule of thumb to call the implant leads within 5 minutes. The reason why is because we don't want them to get cold on us. So imagine that they've just clicked on, they've just seen the ad on Facebook or Instagram, and then what they've done is they put in their details, and they're really excited to be getting their free consultation, to be getting a call to see if they qualify. An hour goes by, and then 2 hours goes by, and they've not been contacted. Now, your dental practice is completely out of their head. They're not thinking about when you're going to call. Life has happened, things have happened, and, but in their subconscious, they're still thinking that they want to get dental implants because that's what we've already done. We've put that into their mind, and we put it into their mind that they can get at an affordable rate. So they might even go to another dental practice. So you don't want to give them, that area of a room to allow them to go to a competitor. what you really want to be doing is you're going to be striking while the iron is hot, and that's why you don't want these leads to get cold. And then third is asking the correct questions. We want to ask the right questions because it saves you a lot of time and money in the long term. So imagine that you've got 20 consultations booked and you've not asked the right questions. Your implantologist could waste a lot of time by going into all of these free consultations and not taking any of them through to full treatment. And just because you didn't ask the right questions. So some of the questions that we ask are, what's their current teeth situation? Just so we understand, if they've got dentures, if they're just, feeling a lot of pain during their life by not having teeth in their mouth, and using dentures is just not practical. And then we like to ask when they're looking to get their treatment started by, just so we can assess the urgency of when they want to get it done by and how serious they are to be getting these dental implants. And then this leads us onto the affordability. We want to understand what they can afford. So once we ascertain what kind of treatment they're going to need from their current teeth situation and what they're looking for, say for example, they've got dentures in their top arch, then we're going to understand that, okay, they at least need an all-on-4 single arch. And then we can start asking them questions about what their affordability is to calculate a rough idea of how much the monthly cost would be for a single arch for these guys. And then we'll be able to ask them, hey, would you be able to afford this? And if it's a no, then it would kind of just disqualify them. And that's if they don't have any insurance or if their credit score isn't that great. So these are all the questions that we tend to ask them. This really allows you to increase your conversion rate once you have all of these answers to all of these questions, because now you can start disqualifying them if you know they haven't got the affordability, or you can start disqualifying them if you know they've got bad credit score. These questions just allows for your team to start having the most qualified candidates coming through to the free consultations, therefore limiting your time and money with them. This brings us on to stage 3, which is collecting a deposit, a refundable deposit, and booking in the consultation. This is quite straightforward, but what you want to do, and this is optional, but I would recommend it, I would always collect a refundable deposit for this free consultation, because just by collecting a refundable deposit, this gives them a little bit of skin in the game, and it gives them something to collect after they've gone into the free consultation if they're not going to go ahead with treatment. Then also what you want to be doing as well is, and this is what we do, and we find it just increases the show-up rate just so drastically. We hardly ever have any no-shows. So you want to book in the consultation, and then you want to call them one day before their consultation just to make sure that they're going to show up. And what this tends to do is it just a little courtesy call just to let them know and just remind them that, the free consultation is tomorrow at this time, and it's just so they show up. And what we find is that this drastically lowers no-show rates. So if you want to reduce your no-show rates, this is something that you guys can implement as well. But it's something we do for all of our clients. And this leads us on to the very final stage, which is converting them to full treatment. Now, if you follow this entire funnel, what's going to happen is they're going to naturally fall into wanting to go ahead with the full treatment. And here's the reasons why. So we've already qualified them. We've booked them in. They've got their consultation. And just that qualification stage alone is a huge step that allows us to ascertain their readiness to go ahead with full treatment. And these are the ones that we tend to only let through to the free consultation. And these were the results that we got when we ran this for 7 days for our clients. From stage 1, which was gathering all of the implant leads in and around your area, we managed to get 111 leads in the 7 days. And we actually ran it on our own ads manager on Facebook. So I'm quickly going to show you what that looks like over here. So as you can see, this is from the 1st of April to date, and we managed to get 154 leads altogether. But let's look at it from the 12th to the 19th for 7 days. Yeah, there we go, 111. So that's where we got our 111 leads from. And now, how many of these actually got qualified in stage 2? So the amount that got qualified was 28 out of the 111, which turns out to be 25%. But I just want to preface this. If we were given more time, a lot of these probably would have been qualified. And the reason why is because, so out of these 111 leads, we called them within the 5 minutes, and some of them still didn't pick up. And then we called them again and one more time after that, and they still didn't pick up. And at that phase, what happens is they end up going into a nurturing cycle where they periodically get sent emails and text messages, which ends up leading them to messaging us back or emailing us back to tell us when they want a call from us, or even if they want a call in general. So stage 2 was pretty successful, I think, getting 28 qualified leads through the door. And then the next stage is booking them in and collecting a refundable deposit, and that's stage 3. And we managed to retain all of them. So as you can probably tell, they were all quite motivated to get their teeth sorted out through the implants. So all of them have stayed. So it's still 25% out of the 111 leads that came through. And now stage 4, which was how many of them went over to full treatment. And that is 21. So 21 out of the 28 that booked consultations ended up going over to full treatment, which is huge. And I'm actually going to quickly find out the percentage, because this percentage of 19% is not quite right. I want to do the percentage rate of how many actually got into full treatment and then how many booked an appointment. So it turns out to be 75%. So a 75% conversion rate is absolutely wild, guys. I don't know anyone else that is doing a 75% conversion rate. And this strategy will allow you to have such high conversion rates, like 75%. It could even be more, to be quite honest. Like I said, this was only done for 7 days. So if we manage to do it for longer, I'm sure that the conversion rate would be a lot higher. But going from there, I'd like to show you how much we actually spent on Facebook during these 7 days. So we ended up spending $60 per day, which amounts to $420 overall in the 7 days. To be honest, it's not bad. You don't really spend much more than this at a local level. So that's what we've done. And I'm going to show you the results on how many of the different treatments we got in. So for single implants, we managed to get 5 patients for our clients, which is not bad. We've estimated it by just using an average of all of their single implant implant prices of $2,999, which is not bad. It's quite realistic. And then if we look at the single arch all on 4s, we got 11 for our clients. So we estimated that to be at a rate of $19,000. So 11 times $19,000 is almost $210,000, which is not bad within 7 days, guys. And this was actually spread between, I think, 12 different clients. So not doing too bad there. And then for the double all on 4s, we managed to get 5 different patients for our clients. So all in all, that gives us 21 patients that went through to full treatment at the end. And like we said before, almost $400,000 in patients converting over to full treatment in just 7 days. So imagine that, in just 7 days, getting $400,000. But obviously this was spread over 12 different practices. So if I quickly do this divided by this, we get 18,000. So 18,000 in just 7 days is not bad from one type of strategy that we like to use for our clients. And this is just for implants as well, not to mention Invisalign, composite bonding, veneers. We do all these other things as well. So 18,000 just from implants. This can be done in addition to whatever you're already doing. So imagine getting $18,000 just slapped onto your revenue every single week. So like I said, this is really amazing. And so I've given you basically the blueprint on how to do this yourselves. So if you'd like to do it yourselves, just watch this again, and I'm going to have a step-by-step guide as well down below in the description for you guys to download if that's something you want to do by yourself. Or if you want us to do it for you, what you can do is you can click the other link in the description below, and you can schedule in with me or my team, and we can get you similar results to this. An extra $18,000 every week. I'm sure everyone could do with that. I know I could. So yeah, if this is something you guys want, just click that link and schedule a meeting with us. And don't forget to like and subscribe, because we're going to be throwing out a lot of content just like this. We're going to be doing the next video on Invisalign patients and how many we can get in the 7 days. And then we might also do one to see how many we can get in a month as well. So just stay tuned, because we're going to be throwing out these videos left, right, and center. And if you want to be on the edge of getting these videos straight away, click the notification button, and then we'll see you in the next video.